Hey guys, basically I'll be doing an average of 12 explaining inspection. I was just doing some solves and my turning's not very good, but yeah, we'll see how I go. Okay, this solve I'm going to do U prime L U, which will give me 2 moves to B, which will give me as like no bars case, which you can kind of spam on with a like line up bar, which is kind of bad because it forces you to do 8 moves, but it's okay. LUL gives me a like setup where I can do RBR prime to solve a block that's going to be formed at the back, and I'll just do alpha re. I think the thing that went wrong in that solve was just a bit of hesitation. So here I have a case that always confuses me, but I'm going to try and do the correct alg. So it's BR L prime to LBL. You know what? I'm going to do the other order, because basically when you have like RL prime, you can do it in 2 orders and just pick the one that gives you a better case. And this one I can cancel into an alg, which is going to be a similar move count but 2 again, so I'm going to go for that. Okay, this one, if I do R prime U, it sets up that, and then by doing LUL I can simultaneously solve 2 edges, which will leave me with an L3 when I finish the V. Okay, did not track that correctly. Some of what I said was probably true, but I don't know, because when you get a 2 flip after your solve, it's never really a good sign. Well, it wasn't after the solve, it was just like I saw I had a 2 flip in advance, which I guess is better. Forgot to explain that, but it was 3 moves to an insert, so it's not very interesting anyway. Here I have 1 move pseudo V, and you ignore that edge as always, so you just insert and then solve it. So here I have sort of 2 ways I can like line up an edge, but both of them will make it flipped, which is not very good. So that's why I'm looking around other colors. But in general, I'm not really liking what I see on this scramble. And this whole explaining format makes it a lot harder for me to find stuff for some reason. So I think I'm just going to have to settle for a bad solution, to be honest. I think this one's slightly better, because you don't have to pre-A with, but basically I'm going to solve the center, then do a U prime and solve some centers, and then just do alpha re. So pretty boring. I didn't even get the correct case, so that is just sad, but I think there's a high chance that the thing I did was just the case I would have gotten if I did some moves in a different order, so I was just kind of confusing myself, and I feel like that miss one was caused by the explanation thing, but yeah, it's worth it. Okay, there's a really tempting 3 move V, but it's going to give me a trash alpha re, but I'm just going to do it and get help for the best. Okay, that was actually insane. Moving on. There's 2 ways I can kind of resolve this situation here. If I do this one upwards or downwards, and if I do upwards it gives me a better case, so I'm just going to go for that. Yeah, this is just a... Okay, actually, if I do U prime, then this is a similar thing where you have like this block offset by one move, but there's another thing in the way. So you have to like preserve this and move it up. Solve it and move it out of the way. If you do this, then it creates an intuitive situation where you have this is not a bar, this is a bar, and they have to all cycle like anti-clockwise kind of. And if you do L prime, U prime, L, everything will get solved, so that's just negative. Okay, here I can cancel into a hedge out, because if I do L prime, R, I can see an easy insert. I tried to do a bad grip where I didn't put ring on bottom, because I thought it would be easier, but it actually messed me up because it completely destroyed my entire hold on the cube, so that was not a good idea. So yeah, that is one of the main issues in my solve actually, is I basically started doing current mix with middle on bottom, which kind of restricts your moveset, so it's much better to do ring on bottom, but I kind of switch like at the start of this year, so yeah, sometimes I try and safety, that actually messes me up because I know that I can do ring properly. There's a pretty self-explanatory, well not self-explanatory, because it's pretty hard to inspect when someone else is solving the cube, but there's an easy way to set it to a 4 flip. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do a 5 move V instead, which is going to give me a much nicer case, which is a flipped edge with a normal bar. So again, pretty standard solve, but yeah, it should be good. Okay, so that was a 1.88 AO12 with attempted like walkthrough solves, I guess, but that's a pretty generous term. And there was also a 156 average in there, which I did not notice, but yeah, that's pretty good. That's one of my best averages on cam. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I don't know if you really learned anything, but yeah, it's always good to do something different. See ya.